All right, we're back for the daily Leetcode challenge. Yesterday I solved it, completed it, and my computer didn't record the solution. Let's make sure everything's loading this time. See movement? Yeah. Like it recorded my audio, but didn't record. Oh, my mouse is low. Okay, hopefully it dies. Doesn't die. Okay. Oh my gosh, are we gonna have the same problem we had yesterday? Okay, perfect. Whatever. Very simple problem, but this is power of. I'm not gonna leak. Oh wait, sorry. Yesterday was a little bit. 2 days ago we had power of three, right? Yeah, power of three. Okay. And everything's moving. I think we're good here. Okay. So this is pretty simple. I actually want to implement my log solution that I wasn't able to implement because I didn't figure this out, but there's many ways to do this problem. So essentially, you have to figure out if a number's power of is four, right? And there's a few ways to do this. I'm gonna implement it in the log way right now. You could do it by counting the bits. If you have a base 4 operation in your language, you can also divide it by 4 a bunch of times and then do that, but you have to solve without recursion. So the solution comes from the fact that like n equals 4x, right? You can, and then you do a little bit of math here. You could figure out that you could do log on the n. Oh, sorry, this is going to be double equal sign. And then you could do log uh essentially it's just like basic kind of like math. If you log both sides, it drops the x, and then you can divide by um, log 4. um the thing is that log, since it's log, we're using base 4 for the log. This actually becomes log 4 base 4, so you can actually just drop that, and just so now it just becomes log n. And the reason why this solution failed last time is, I'll bring it up why. But essentially what we're doing here is, yeah, math out log of n, and that gives you essentially a solution. Right, it gives you the let's say I guess. There gives you the integer, and then essentially all you have to do is, if I is a integer, like it doesn't have any decimal points, that means, or it has decimal points, it's a float. But if it has zero point 0, that means it's um, a power. And essentially, you could think about it like this: if int of I equals I, return if int of I equals I. But no, you can't do that. You actually have to, because floating points kind of whack. Sometimes it will divide weirdly. So you actually have to do you have to round I, right? And then minus it by itself, and then take the absolute value. And what we're essentially doing here is we're checking that. Oh, I forget how to do this. It's like that, maybe? Right? 10 times e to the 10 to the negative 14. So essentially, like, is it barely off? If the difference between the two is like super small, return true. And so um, you can kind of like think about it a little bit. Let's see. Let's see what I is printing here. Um, I might need to decrease this a little bit. It might be too. Oh my gosh, I did this last time too. I keep doing this. I keep forgetting to take base 4 here. Okay. You have to base 4 because logarithmic of x to the fourth, or 4 to the x, whatever. See that? Math domain error, and oh my gosh, I got this wrong too last time. Yeah, because essentially 4 to the, essentially any value, if n is less than 1, return false. Essentially, you can never have a negative value. Yep, and there's that solution. Nice. It's all of one time. Super clean. We've had similar problems to this. Like we had base 2 we had base 3, now we have base 4. Hopefully we don't have 5 because this is getting repetitive. But I'm actually happy because, oh wait, no, but I just went through this, but it was a different problem yesterday. But it was super super basic, and I don't think it's a it's pretty easy. But this is a kind of a fun one. There's other ways to do it. We went through it, but this is a nice easy solution. See you tomorrow.